I have done remarkably well for somebody who does not know what they're doing.
Welcome to amorephillyunion, the podcast where apparently we've given up winning for Lent. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
I'm Paul, and I certainly hope that's not the case.
Although depending on some traditions and households, you're allowed to indulge on what you gave up on Sunday. So, hey, as long as we play on Sundays.
Yeah, except it didn't work this time.
Play on Sunday.
Yeah.
Apparently not. So, anyway. Yeah.
No, energy up.
Energy up. Woo, yeah. All right. We didn't lose by much, guys.
I think we're going to go perfect this season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. Let's pull the Band-Aid off this one. So we got one game.
Lost.
We got a game to talk about. It's one game, mercifully, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
So it's the big old home opener
against everybody's biggest rival. Or getting to be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're starting.
This is the real rivalry. This is the other one
right.
is the manufactured rivalry.
Yeah.
This is the real rivalry.
I think between this and Chicago, but there's more important game history here with NYC FC.
Yeah, we just tend to get in fisticuffs with or squabbles with them more so.
Yeah.
I don't
With Chicago,
like
you mean?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a rivalry so much as we just like kind of smack each other around.
Exactly, like to physically confront Chicago.
Yeah, similar
I think
temperaments.
You're right.
It's kind of like the games are important, but they are not critical. Whereas New York City has they knocked us out of playoffs. They've twice, exactly. They've our home opener, and
they came and pigeoned all over us.
Yep.
One of the things we texted about after the game on Saturday was like, well, one silver lining is we don't have to worry about defending a undefeated streak at home anymore. So that's off our plate. So, one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, like classic Arabian carpet makers or Persian carpet makers. They always work one mistake into their carpet early because perfection should not be the pursuit.
Yep.
But it could have lasted a little more than 2 weeks here, people.
I know. So far we're only this rug is being woven with only incorrect strings.
Yeah.
All right. So look.
It was only 2-1.
It was 2-1, and that was mercifully and painfully at the death. At the absolute death. But we can get to that. Did we want to get into lineup stuff begin at the beginning?
Yeah, I guess. Let's it is worth talking about the lineups. It's go back.
Says back to the beginning.
Keep your holidays. All right. Well, let's talk about lineups. It's probably worth
the Brute Squad.
This is part 2 of Christy and Two Idiots.
It's year 4. All right. So we had Blake and net. Woo!
Yeah, and captain armband.
And captain, can we say thank God, because this could have been a whole
this
lot
game
worse.
Could have been so much worse.
Without him it would have been.
I know on my notes, I guess pretty much every other line is just Blake saved this game, even though we lost.
Saved by Dre. Saved by Dre.
So then we also had Makanya, Sari, a newbie this year, Harriel, Frankie, Lukic.
Jump in real quick. So those four they were the defensive line. Was that the first time Sari was starting in the back? Starting, at least. I don't think. Was he in the first game?
I want to say yes, but I'm honestly not sure.
I'll go look up the lineup for the DC United game. I thought he was.
Was he not?
Okay.
Yeah.
For the DC game.
Could have been, honestly.
Yeah. I don't think he started the whatchamacallit games, the Defense Force.
Defense Force,
I don't think so either.
You just give me 10 seconds here or less here. No. Yeah, yes, he did start against DC.
Okay.
DC.
It was Harriel, Makanya, Sari, and Sundstrom.
Sundstrom
against DC. So it was different having
he's been flirting with injury, so I think that's part of the issue.
Him and Lukic, you're right.
Yep. So speaking of Lukic, yes, Lukic was in starting lineup here. Certainly not looking like somebody with 3 broken ribs, throwing himself all over the place. But yeah, so Jean-Jacques,
Winning
or
cups.
Danley, I should say. Augustin, is it Augustin? Augustine?
I think it's August.
Augustin?
Yeah,
We're
where's
gonna go
the
with Anello.
emphasis?
Anello.
Anello, I know, right? That's Spanish
Indy,
for Inamin. But go ahead.
Indy, who is just growing on me left, right, and center. Damiani, Iloski, and that's it. That's the starting lineup. And then some likely suspects on bench. But anyway,
we'll talk about this more.
that.
But I think
Yeah.
Indy he did it almost a spot on impersonation of Ali Bedoya out there. I mean, just Captain Hustle. But
yeah. No, he was fun to watch. But anyway, yeah. So that, I don't know. Any thoughts, surprises, or is it still too early and too many unknowns to really have a feeling about it?
It's weird not having Glesnes and Wagner in the back. It's just weird. I am not used to it. I mean, this is independent of like just playing ability and results. It just it don't feel right. You know, just it's without Glesnes back there, without our, I don't know, our blonde giant, our.
So E and I were at this match, and I think it really hit home. The absences really hit home sitting there and watching. The other one that was notable, of course, was Kai.
Mm-hmm.
I think even more so than Ty. But because Kai, you look for him on every corner.
Yeah.
And he always found a way.
Sounds wrong. Look for Kai on every corner.
He also found a way to get very active in the attack while he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And until he made subs, I don't really know that the defenders were pushing much into the attack.
Frankie Westfeld was. As like I was saying, he was. If Indy was, playing the role of Bedoya, Frankie was playing the role of Kai. I thought he was hustling up the wing.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying you thought they kind of picked up some tips.
Yeah.
So,
well, we were at the game.
We were at the game.
I'll say this: like when the, I don't know, first 20 minutes, something like that, 25 minutes, we were sitting there just thinking like, yeah, the ball is kind of way more on New York City's side of the field. I felt like the Union were controlling the game, and I don't know, all those phrases, right? Setting the tempo, it really felt like New York City was more on the back foot, and the Union were in the driver's seat.
That's what it looked like from what it looked like on the broadcast as well.
Yeah.
Just as we have learned over the years, though, it doesn't take much for a scorer in form to make a difference. But I do think that the Union did a good job pressing. They did a good job organizing the attacks. They had some opportunities, and New York did get some chances seemingly against the run of play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did feel like more too, and I'm going to jump ahead, but we can come back in the second half. It just felt like New York was doing a better job of marking our players. I just felt like we had very little time once the ball got to one of our players' feet before there was a New York player just right on them. Almost to the point where I did a quick, visual, to use the Always Sunny reference, a visual pat down of the players on the field. And it's just like, I wanted to make sure there was not more than 11 New York players on the field, because every time we got the ball, there's like one of them right there. They were really pressing us, and I think successfully. The first half of the game, it was kind of that, we talked about the Barcelona-esque tippy-tappy passing, and there was definitely some of that in the first half. But by the second half, I just felt like,
couldn't connect.
New York, well, just not really an opportunity. I mean, New York was just on us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
we were not without chances. I mean, Iloski was definitely going for it. There were a lot of things that went off woodwork and over up high and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it doesn't count if it doesn't go in. So, but it wasn't like we couldn't get a shot off
No.
or anything like that. So, I mean, look, they scored in the 36th minute. That was defensive problem as far as I could see. Like Blake did his bit, but then there was nobody there for the rebound. So,
it was a fortunate rebound. Now it was
Yes.
predictable rebound, but it was, because both Union defenders tracked the ball carrier, neither of them were there to clean up the rebound.
Right. And so I mean,
I want to just point out one thing. After this goal was scored, you saw both Union defenders' hands go up in the air, like they were complaining to somebody. And part of me was like, "What's going on there?" I mean, like you guys made the move. You went to where you were supposed to. I don't know who you're talking to, who you expected to be making the following run. I don't know if they were complaining to the other teammates, or if they were complaining to the ref. But I'm going to bring this a couple of times in this game. There was a lot of hand waving after plays from the Union.
Yeah,
there were some misses, I'll say. Well, at least one obvious miss. And I don't ask me the minute or the exactly what was that, but I know there was one miss where it was very much a foul on our player, and the ref refused to acknowledge her and missed it entirely. And I mean, when they replayed it, it was very much like the whole stadium.
Oh,
not just being, Philly fans, but being like people who know the rules of soccer and saying, yo. So, and I don't know. So it was, refs get it wrong. It happens. So, but
the trick is to play the game so that the ref can't impact the final.
Early on, I was, the old rule that we've mentioned many times about inserting oneself and being too obvious in a game, and I was kind of feeling that way with him. It kind of faded as the game went on, but anyway. So, I don't know. Sometimes I think they just do that to see if they can get something called back. Erase the mistake that was just made.
Yeah,
like you were saying, but
I thought that too, because I try to remember what the play was, but it's like I think it was.
It's like a foul on Mukic or something.
Was it a foul, or was it that? I think it was. I don't know if it was we shot or whatever, and the ball went out, and the ref called a goal kick. But when they showed the replay, you can clearly see it going off a defender or something.
You know what?
Like
You're right.
And that's whole place just erupted. Yeah. Like, come on, ref. And I still remember, because then there was another call shortly thereafter, and I remember even doing the little, philosophical argument, like, do two rights make a wrong? I'm like, no, at this point they just need to start making right calls. Like, don't compensate, like, for the previous mistake you made by like making a bad call for the other team, and so now all accounts are even. It's like, just make the right call going forward. And I was even thinking, I have a note here, but I'm going to change it. And it's kind of like, our friend, good friend whose dad was a FIFA ref and all that, and would often talk about bad reffing and how reffing, when you notice the refs in the game, they're not doing their job. And so on the Julio scale, I don't think these refs score too high, like high being like proper, proper level of refereeing. I mean, they weren't. We've seen worse, but there was just some just inaccurate stuff. Did it change the ultimate outcome of the game?
I don't think
I would not say that.
Mm-mm.
But yeah.
So we went into the halftime down 1-0. Came out looking stronger, I thought. I don't know what you guys thought, but
were there any subs during that?
Let's see. Not at half. No, not
59th
until
minute was the first set of subs.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I definitely think that both teams came out with a bit of hunger, and you definitely felt like the Union wanted to get a goal here at home.
Yeah, so second half, would you start, like you mentioned, started seeing the subs, like you said, 59th minute, that was Stas Korsnowski
Mm-hmm.
in for Anello, which he's a bigger fellow than I realized. He's a tall man.
Anello or Stas?
Korzanowski.
Stas, yeah.
Yeah,
Stas.
Stas is tall.
There was
Hmm.
a lot of like association. Just Westfield felt like uh, Wagner. Indy felt like Bedoya, and then Stas. I even said like he's like the Union's Gronk. He's just this, you know, he's just this big dude. I enjoyed him out there. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I like him. He has some talent.
Yeah.
Like I have the right to say that about any of these guys. They all have talent. But anyway.
Apparently not afraid to shoot.
No, and I'm not mad at it.
Nope.
So um yeah, I thought there were more.
Bender and Stas.
Bender came in.
Yeah. Bender came in. It's weird. It's
And
not showing up
Martinez came in.
properly. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It was two on the, yeah. But so at the same time as Stas, yeah, Bender in for Frankie. That was what it was. I was misreading my little
Yeah, so
box
another
score here.
midfielder playing on the defensive line for the Union. I guess because to try to encourage more attack up that right side or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Olivas came in, I think, for
Damiani.
Damiani, and then Cavan came in for
Olowski.
Olowski. So I don't know. I mean, this maybe Bradley's playing around with some lineups, right? Getting some players out in the field, trying out different positions, still experimenting a little bit. I don't know. Does anything sound believable? I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I think it has to be. Sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
I was actually going to say, I wonder if it's because of the way they're playing in practice that he wants to, he wants to reward good players that are performing well, with game time. Be like, I know Stas and Anello and Olaski are all relatively new to the game, or new to the team, but they're playing well both in the games that they get and at practice. So we want to get them as much game time as we can.
Yeah.
I mean, that, and there's just so many. They've been playing preseason games, certainly, but there's so many variables here that I think, especially when you're down, trying these different combinations is crucial. Like of course they've tried them already in practice, but not in an actual match. So I don't know. Like there's a lot of moving parts here.
And there's a lot of injuries.
Yeah, there's
so
that
I
too.
wonder partially if Bender's selection or substitution was to give Westfield, who's still coming back from an injury, like give him a good run out and then get him off the field.
So do you want to talk about the Macania thing? This second yellow.
What do we want to talk about the goal?
Indy.
I mean, right now we're at 1-0.
Okay, let's talk about the goal. Let's talk about the goal.
So I mean, before we get to the stoppage time and the second yellow and all, that the Union did get awarded a penalty kick. Stas got pulled down in the box. I don't know. You guys were there.
Well, how did it look to you on TV?
From what I saw, didn't look very convincing.
That's how I felt in the stadium. I was.
Were there hands on each other? Was there pushing, pulling? I don't doubt. Was it enough to send the 6'12", 500-pound Stas tumbling to the ground in front of Thiago Martins? Maybe. It just felt a little soft.
Yeah,
6'12".
Well, that was the joke. I don't know how tall a man actually is. So. I wasn't convinced, but I didn't have the vision. I didn't have the line that the referee, again, there undoubtedly was pushing and pulling going on. Part of me thinks that in a lot of times at this level, it's kind of like in American football, like as a lot of the linemen say, if the referees wanted to call a foul in any play, they could. I kind of feel like this is that sort of a situation, and Stas made a meal out of what he was given, went down, and let me put it this way: if he had let it play on and waved it off, and told him to stand up,
Yeah.
I would not have been surprised.
Yeah.
If he got called for a penalty kick. I kind of think it's a little harsh against Thiago Martins, but I don't doubt that there was grabbing and pulling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it felt. I mean, the missed corner kick call. I mean, that was egregious. That was, when you see the replay, there was just no question. This one was like, yeah, it could have gone either way. Like, if they hadn't called it, there would have been the obligatory booing. Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
pretty much.
we would have just moved on with it. But regardless, I'm not going to look this gift horse in the mouth. We earned the PK late in the game. This is like what, like
87th minute.
87th minute.
Yeah. I did not realize what time it was.
Yeah.
when that was all happening.
It was nice to see Indy standing up to take the PK.
Yes.
Because at first it looked like was Stas going to take it, and then Indy got to hold the ball and set it in place. So
I was surprised by that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like Indy had a little bit more. Definitely had to hustle on the field, no question. I just felt he had more of a presence, more of a dare I say, leadership role. I remember at one point in the second half,
he had more heart. You're saying, is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. He had heart. But like we would have been on where our seats are, because we're viewable from we're on the side that the camera sees when you're watching the game. And so the Union were going down. So Indy would have been on the right side, so the side closer to the cameras. But he was on our side of the field. And sure, players shift around. That's not a thing. But I just remember saying to Christy, I'm like, this guy is like, he's just all over the place. Yeah.
Get me the ball. Get me the ball.
Yeah. Or do I have the sides backwards? I can't remember. But he was just on the opposite side from where he was.
He just kept it moving, was running through
over.
Everybody, was just not taking any guff from any other players.
His foot was on the gas.
Absolute bulldog. So, yeah.
So it was good to see him get the PK.
Yeah. Both get the opportunity and the actual to actually score it too. Yeah. So that was great. It was really good to see. He was psyched. Everybody was psyched. But
then it seemed like the team shut down. Like in stoppage time, it didn't really feel like the Union got upfield much at all.
Is this before or after McConaughey's red card?
Well, it was. They
penalty
said 10 minutes of stoppage because and that was, I thought, fair because he took a long time at the VAR. Which happens to be almost right in front of us now. But
he even had a Reader's Digest out at one point.
Okay. But
he had to go find the restroom.
Yeah, no. He was like texting people.
You guys finish up. I'm going to go to
What
bed.
You up to?
Not much.
But there was a lot of reason to have a 10-minute stoppage. I wanted it to be over, but I also understood and couldn't really quibble with it. But then, as you say, McConaughey, who had gotten a yellow earlier in the game, did get a second yellow. I'll be honest that even on the replay, I couldn't fully process what he had done to earn that yellow. I don't know if you guys...
The report is dissent.
Dissent? Really?
Yeah, so once again, the Union get an effective red card because the players said something to the referee.
Interesting.
Well, that's not fair. I mean, we don't know with Alado it seems more like Alado said something to the other player.
He did.
In this case, it's McConaughey complaining to the referee, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. It feels like the Union are kind of blaming each other and the referees rather than, not all of them, but some of them seem to be pointing at others rather than pointing at themselves. And it's early. It's early stages in the season, but it just feels like there's not the gelling and not necessarily the camaraderie yet among the team to fight for each other and with each other.
Yeah.
I don't know, but for McConaughey, so he dissented with a ref. I'm not following how does that translate to not being a team?
This comes back to the reaction to the first goal and other just things throughout the game that I just felt like people kept pointing at each other rather than
like throwing their hands up. Okay.
So like whatever it is McConaughey was doing at the time that he got the file for the dissent. It's like, just shut your mouth and play the game. And,
Yeah.
I know it's easier for me to say that here behind a podcast mic. Don't get me wrong. And I have no idea what the NYC FC forwards have been doing to Macania all game. But at the same point, it's like you're a professional. Be professional about this and play to support each other. Get your team lined up, build each other up. And it just felt like there was a lot of finger pointing going on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, early Martinez was very similar, and not our current player named Martinez, but El Brujo was a little bit the same way. I mean, he would go wild card and either do something or maybe say, I don't know if he said things as much, although I think he probably did. He did talk back to Messi. So, good for him.
That's to be commended.
But I mean, I feel I have similar feelings about Macania as I did about early El Brujo, which is like, yeah, but hold it together. Don't freak out. Because when he's good, then he's great. But like, there does seem to be a temperament, not temper, but temperament that, he's still trying to like.
He's 21 years old too.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not criticizing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's pointing fingers or if that's just for me, or if that's just he's just got.
You are welcome
moment.
to your point of view for sure, Christy.
Sure.
And mine is what it is. But it was a little disheartening watching it. I mean, maybe it was also because I wasn't able to make it to the game this time, and just sour grapes. But at the same point, it was tough to watch that happen.
Yeah. So at the absolute death, we thought we were at the death, but at the absolute death, they NYCFC comes back and scores in pretty much the last
minute
and a half of stoppage. And there really wasn't any coming back from that at that point. So that was that. So disappointing, as you noted, Eric, and others have noted as well, but not yet to score on the run of play. This season, 2 games in. In a league game, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was the header off of the cross into the box there at the end by Tavon Gray. And he kind of just beat his defender inside on the ball.
He was dangerous from the moment he stepped on the field.
True. Yeah,
he had a good game. He had a good game.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth noting on Blake's just, when Gray had his breakaway and Andre came out and stopped, basically shut him down before he I think he tried a little chip and Blake got a leg onto it. I mean, Blake had so many great saves in this game. I mean, this score would have been so much worse if Blake wasn't in that. Well, I'm not saying anything from Andrew Rick, but Blake definitely kept us in this game.
It could have been Rick too. If Rick had been in, he may have done the same.
Yeah, absolutely. And if not, the goalpost down there in the river end would have definitely stopped 2 goals because
right goalpost as you look at it.
Yeah.
But, sentient at this point, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I got some scary numbers to share with you guys. I almost shouldn't say this, or maybe I should, to kind of just get the boogeyman out of the closet and hopefully it just
do it.
Takes away. So we won Supporter Shield last year, right? Best overall record in the league. The year before that, LA Galaxy, they won MLS Cup. All right, 2 different trophies, 2 different prizes. However, LA Galaxy in 2025 last year, their first 2 games and our first 2 games are eerily close. They lost their first game 2-0. We only lost 1-0. All right, so there we go. But their second game, they lost 2-1, and we lost our second game 2-1. If we had that third game, and their third game was against, they were at home hosting St. Louis, and they lost 3-0. Our next game is at home, and we're hosting
San Jose.
San Jose.
San Jose. So I'm not saying we're going to be this year's LA Galaxy, and God, I hope that's not true. But when I was like,
weren't the Galaxy the wooden spoon winners last year too?
Yeah, but I mean, 2 years
I think
prior,
they went from best to worst.
And I think they set the record for like the worst performance ever by a previous year's champion. And yeah, I'm not worried about this.
We're 2 games in, dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's March. Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's disheartening. And here's what I think. I think we're having this season this year so far that we expected to have last year.
True, actually.
Because, we came out stronger last year. Maybe, a little wobbly at first, but still stronger than anybody expected.
Yeah.
Now, last year, though, we hadn't had as many lineup changes. It felt like we did, but we didn't have as many. I think one of the biggest things was the loss of Curtin. And how that was going to affect things. So this year,
you're saying the Bambi legs are more severe this year?
Yeah, truly. That's it. I think I may have actually put it that way at one point, but yeah. So I don't. That was just a thought I had at the game. I was just like, I don't know. It's early days, and there's a lot of combinations that have to be figured out yet. Should they have figured them out before the season? Maybe, I don't know, but you don't really know until you're in it. And so we'll just have to see how it goes. I mean, is it Carnell's second season? And did he have a bad second season at St. Louis?
Yeah.
But, and is it looking really close to LA? Yeah. But history doesn't usually repeat itself exactly the same way.
No, you're right. Right.
Fashions come back, but they come back differently, and, so I don't know. I can't engage in the full
Bluesky
negativity.
has not gone total Negadelphia yet.
Which is weird because that's usually like
that's your
position.
rest state.
Yeah, pretty much. RBF and Negadelphia. That's where I land. But no, I don't know. There's a lot of potential here. I'm concerned about them pulling it together because we spent a lot of seasons with potential that wasn't pulled together. And I'm hoping that that's not the case. But there's a hell of a lot of changes. And I honestly, though, I do have to say, I don't know why we made some of them. Did the people want to leave? Maybe. I don't know. But like, I don't think this was for me. And then I'll stop. But for me, this wasn't a case of we needed to change something because everybody is on to us. I think we still had a deep enough bench that we could play around and not have the whole league figure us out, which is what I felt happened with Curtin. I felt like the playbook stayed the same for too long. I don't feel like that's where we were. I feel like we could have kept that lineup with maybe some changes for another year and done well. Not saying Supporter Shield or Cup, but I still don't fully understand why we had to shake it up this much. Except maybe money, or what the player wanted to do, because was it Ura who was like out of contract pretty much? So I think he went back to Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, there's other factors too, but we really, really lost a lot of folks, and we have a lot of new people still coming in. We just, after our last podcast, there's this new player from Gabon, but he plays for Congo internationally. Grew up in France, so you figure it out. But anyway, he's going to be a defender for us. Ndinga is his last name. So there's yet another new face, which hopefully I don't know. I've spoken a lot, so I yield the floor, but that's sort of where I am.
Let me put it this way. Do you think there's still a chance for this group to gel, and 6 games from now we might be talking totally differently?
Yeah, I do, but I think it's going to take some doing. Maybe it's good that we have these other games. What if win, lose, draw, for Club America, the Club America games? maybe it's good that we have some extra professional level practice. I know that's not what
Yeah,
it
I
is,
mean, it's
but non-league games to try to figure some things out. I don't know. That might actually be benefit us in that way.
I could see that. I mean, it is unfortunate that our next round of games is against Club America and that we might
Right.
only have two more of those games and they could go south very badly.
Sure, sure. But it's two more games than we would have had if otherwise. So I guess, if they end up being professional level clinics for us and that's it, at least it's something. We're not just playing scrimmages against each other or
Yeah, we're not playing.
a local college
Yeah.
team. I know that's not what they do, but sometimes it feels like it. So
I mean, I think your point. I think you make a good point. For me, I agree. This team feels a little bit more. It feels like there's a lot more newer players on this team than it was last year. I feel like there's more new elements here, and new's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily good, but I think the one thing I'm concerned about is the chemistry, the gelling. It's like it will happen. Just will it happen soon enough? That we have enough
Right.
season left in order to be competitive for the playoffs and whatnot. We'll see. I don't know.
Looking at the starting lineup here, like the only people that have been here for more than 2 seasons are Harriel and Blake.
Yeah, right. It's yeah. I mean, I was using the LA thing. It's a little bit of a goof. It's only
Sure.
two games, but if we'll see how the next game goes. But yeah, I think this is kind of actually I really like what you said. This season feels like the season we should have had last year because it felt like last year felt quote unquote new. This feels even more new in the sense of there's a lot. What's the saying? The total average institutional knowledge on the field for the Philadelphia Union is lower this year than it was last year. Like Paul, your point, right? The starting 11, there are only 2 players on that field that have 2 seasons under their belt, or at least more than 2. That's right. Yeah. So interesting.
And I think the fact that we had such a surprising season last year makes it feel that much more precipitous this year when it might not have otherwise.
Absolutely.
Good point.
Absolutely.
Very good point.
So,
and good use of the word precipitous.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, right now it's just fun clutching pearls because there's really no reason to be clutching pearls, but
there's every reason to be.
So,
well, there's every reason to be disappointed, though, isn't there?
Absolutely.
I mean, absolutely allowed.
It's so when New York scored first, yeah, okay, the air went out of the building a little bit, but it was still the first half. We had time. Yeah, as we start crawling closer and closer to that 90 minutes, it's like, crap. But then we get the PK, and there's this brief moment, like, all right, we can. I remember even thinking, like, hey, all right, we get a draw, we maintain our undefeated home streak. Sad to be saying that at the first game, but whatever. And then, man, that 90-second left on the clock, goal by New York City was just like you could just hear the air just get sucked out of the stadium.
We'll see.
I don't want to make this loss any worse than it really was, and
well, I mean, like I said, we're allowed to be disappointed.
Yeah,
it's hard not to be. Even if we know all the realities about past seasons and current performance and blah blah blah, it doesn't make it sting less.
Can I throw one thing out there? It's a little bit of a non sequitur. I'm curious what our listeners think. $170 for a jersey. I know, like we've been in this racket for a while, but I remember when it finally crossed over the $100 mark. I was like, wow, okay, what are you gonna do? And we went over to the fan store after the game, and we're looking at the new jerseys. It's like 170. I don't know. I sound like an old fuddy duddy, and I'm like, brr. $170.
That's for the full game.
It's for the full game.
Yeah, but I think even the replicas are over 100.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So it just feels a little. I don't know. It feels like it feels like a little money grab, right? They got to make their money.
Yeah, shocker.
as fast as they can when they can. Yeah.
Well, while we're talking about that, I'm going to critique the decor.
There you
briefly.
go. Let's do it.
There was only one thing that I saw that had, well, there were probably some murals and some things, but, and maybe on the other side of the same, we did walk around a bit, but I'm sure we didn't see everything. But the entrance we tend to come in is the one that had the, for a few seasons, had soccer balls in a net that looked like a cloud, and then rain
Lightning
of
bolt.
snakes and
the
lightning
light up.
bolts,
Yeah.
right? Neon lightning bolts. So they took all that down and they put up an oversized sort of colonial era, I think they made it, bookcase. Poorly stained. You have to, okay, listeners, I grew up in a furniture store. Okay.
Yeah.
Just for what it's worth.
Yeah.
So there's that. But it just,
Christy can spot like cheap veneer wood like from a mile away.
It's just, I lived there half my childhood. So anyway, but it wasn't so much that, but it was just like, so they have this thing, and I can understand why you would have this like homemade thing like on this giant wall. Why would you get some, Chippendale? But it was complete non sequitur, because it was just, there were books on it, but they were just books that they got at a library sale or something. It wasn't like they said, spelled out Union or something. I mean, it was just like, so I know you're going for this 1776 thing, and if they have a font they're using this year that's sort of supposed to look like calligraphy but is verging on papyrus, and it's just like
papyrus.
It's like, if you look at their socials, it's not that bad, but it looks a little bit. And so they're doing the whole thing. But but there was nothing around it to make it like special. And I'm like, is this half finished? Did you just not get it done for the first match? What's happening? What is this? So, I would expect something that was like, looked like it was colonial, but when you look closer, it had the supporter shield on it, or, just something, anything. But no, it was just there. In fact, you could still, it was so hastily done, you could still see where the cloud had been and the snakes. And I was like, what are we doing? So maybe it's not done, and maybe I'm being unfair, but it was just strange. So
I would hope that they would be done it by now.
Yeah, you'd think.
I'll take a picture of it when I go this Saturday.
Yeah, do.
See what if they've made any more improvements.
Any progress. It was really strange. So I don't know, because they really had been doing a lot of nice work with the murals and all the things.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not really sure what that was. And then other things stayed the same. Like it wasn't like every corner had a 1776 reference. So I don't know what that was.
Wasn't it supposed to be like inspired by the photo shoot they did with the players wearing the New Jersey, and they did it in a library?
Well, I think it's all supposed to be 1776 colonial books, wood, dark wood, candles, brass, the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It didn't say 1776 to me. It said your parents' or your grandparents' little like bookshelf nook where they have like, some books and pictures of the grandkids.
You know what it said to me? Like homemade escape room.
Yes, actually, there we go.
You know what I mean? Like when they like, we love escape. We all of us love escape rooms, and nothing against escape rooms at all. But there's always there are some pieces that you can tell that they made them because they have to hide another room or something like that. So when you look back, I was like, oh, that was kind of oddly shaped, wasn't it? And that was something that they did. And it was just like, it was giving that for me. So
what if it actually is an escape room? Ooh. They have one hiding in plain sight, and we got to figure out whatever 4-digit combination that's going to get this thing.
So, Paul, when you go down there, you need to pull all the books off the shelf.
Yeah. See
and just start throwing them.
What if the security kicks me out? Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. Don't get us all banned.
Well, if it's not, the union need to create a union escape room.
Yeah,
I think people would line up to do it. Let's be fair. We would line up to do it.
They could do one in the locker room. They could do one in the press box. They could do, a couple of them all over the place. So.
Oh, that might be the one time that I'd allow for there to be a live jump out. As long as it was one of the players.
He jumps out.
Yeah, because usually that's my first question. No jump scares. Yeah. Oh, anyway, so that was my long tangent about furniture. Welcome to Eric's life, poor thing. Um, anyway, so strange doings. Not sure what's going on. The new kit is sweet. I do like it a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
$100, $170 or not is
I don't
yeah.
remember them being 170 last year. I think they were like
I'm sure it's
I want to say like 150 or something like that, but that's steep.
Yeah, and it's definitely the actual as opposed to the replica. But yeah, I'll save my Union Store rant for another time.
Tune in next week, part 2.
Tune in next week for rantings of a mad woman.
Well, should we talk about the new guy?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know a whole lot about him.
Yeah, I think
what you said, right?
Yeah, so Philippe Ndinga, hopefully I'm doing that justice. But yeah, so from Gabon, represents Congo on their U20 squad, but to my understanding, grew up or at least would like spent much of his formative soccer career in France. So I don't know if you a difference to be drawn there, but he's guaranteed through the 2028-29 season with an option for 2029-20.
That's a long contract.
Is what year is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I did the same math.
For a second, I was like, wait a second, that sounds like way too futuristic.
Because it feels like it's the Union 2-year, intro.
Yeah.
If it works out, you get something longer. But
I think this is the same deal many of folks had. He is a U22 initiative signing. I don't know if you know about that, Paul. If you can elaborate.
So the teams are allowed either 3 regular unlimited designated players and 3 U22 players, meaning that designated players can get paid whatever you want and they have a limited fixed hit against the cap. U22 players similarly, they can get paid pretty good, and they have a U22 hit against the cap. Or teams can go with 2 designated players and 4 U22 players and an additional $3 million of GAM in the season. So since the Union are going with the 4 U22 and they only have Damiani technically on a designated player thing, that gives them the bump in the GAM that they're allowed to spend on players. Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't know that you called your grandmother Gam. Sorry. Let's get back to this guy.
Anyway, he's a left back.
Yeah, and there's
he's
Christy specialty. There's some Swedish team names. So let's get to Christy.
Digresses FC, which is in Sweden's top league. So, yeah. And did I look up the pronunciation of that? Absolutely. Did I get it right? Nice. Probably not.
Yeah.
But
you could have nailed it though. I think you
Digresses.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I wonder if that means that Frankie will shift back to the right back if they're playing Ndinga in the left back spot. Paying an awful lot of money to have him there for it.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. What in the announcement, they were still waiting for some final, I guess not visa, but kind of paperwork for being able to play here in the US. So I don't know if that's since gone through. He was not in the game.
Yep, but they had to make some move. They had to make a move to make space for him. So they loaned Marcus Anderson out to Brooklyn FC for the season. He's actually playing with Marlon LeBlanc, who was the Union 2 coach before Ryan Richter. And so it's kind of interesting that he's getting a chance to play with Marlon, and he's playing actually close to where he grew up, which I hope is good for Anderson. I hope he continues to develop, but I do wonder if that means it's kind of the end of his career here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I wonder.
Well, so more to come on that because we have not yet seen him or his play, but hopefully it's a good thing. Yeah. So, and hopefully that's the end of the signings for a while because I'm getting confused now.
Yeah. Let's see the players on the field for a little while and see what gels.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start getting some kind of rhythm down here. In fun soccer, but not union related news, everyone's, well, maybe not everyone's, but many people's favorite Richmond
Oh, right. I was wondering where you were going. Yeah, I was like, where's she going?
Richmond Ted Lasso player Danny Rojas, otherwise known as Cristo Fernandez, is actually trying out for a
Danny
USL
Rojas?
team.
That's fantastic.
So he AFC Richmond, yes, I thought there was an A in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is on trial with the USL Championship side, El Paso Locomotive.
Nice.
Good luck to him.
God love him. He's 35 years old.
Living the dream, man. Go
Played
for
30
it.
minutes in Saturday's preseason scrimmage against New Mexico United, which I didn't know there was a New Mexico United, but I'm also intrigued by that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, but he does, I mean, he's not completely coming to this cold because he did play in the academy of his hometown side, Tecos FC, I believe. I may be mispronouncing it. But he had a knee injury and yeah, became an actor instead. So, but yeah, so I don't know, I guess it's a why not kind of thing at this point.
When you're gambling or betting on two very hard to be successful fields of professional sports and acting, and you're making things work, yeah, go for it.
No, God love him. Yeah. So it's
We
fun
will
to
have
see.
to see how he turns out. Things go for him on the trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
football is life.
But back to unionness, I guess Saturday, not I guess, but on Saturday, the 7th, San Jose at Philly at 7:30. You're going to that, Polly?
I am. I'll actually
Yeah.
be down there both Saturday and Sunday. I've got a couple of games that I'm refereeing on Saturday and Sunday. So I'll actually be down there to referee. Then I'll probably have to come home to get, if Nate's coming with me or Noel's coming with me, and then head back down to the
Oh,
stadium.
geez.
I may actually make them drive. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might make as much sense as anything. And then on the 10th, which is the 9th, 10th, so Tuesday, a week from today as we record, I should have been able to figure that out easier. It'll be Club America at Philly. One of those games that we were talking about. 7 p.m. CONCACAF Champions Cup. So, yeah, that should be very different than Defense Force FC.
Yeah.
That will be a rough one.
Yeah, that's going to be a definite noticeable elevation of gameplay.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But
this was Cuauhtemoc Blanco's old team, wasn't it? Was he Club America?
I don't know. I try to block out most things about him.
Gonna start doing my little
don't do it
arrow thing that I used to do.
He was ahead of his time with that. It's kind of like early dabbing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. So a little bit of a run of busy weeks there, at least until whatever happens with Club America happens. Any given Tuesday, you never know.
What do you guys want to see at these games?
A win and a goal and a run of play.
Yeah, I think I'd go with that.
That would be cool. Yeah, I'd like to see them. I'd like to see them make it a challenge. I don't know that they're going to. I mean, it's
Club America, you mean?
Yeah, they're just a really good side.
Yeah. Maybe not this year.
But for San Jose,
San Jose,
a win and a scoring and a run of play.
Yeah, I would like to see them. I wonder if Alado will be back for this one.
Yeah,
it'd be good to get some goals.
Yeah, hopefully.
Be, I think. Yeah.
I mean, technically, but they were talking about. There was like a whisper of multi-game suspension, but I didn't hear any more about that. So I don't know.
And no news is coming out about it.
Yeah, so then that sounds to me like they probably decided to keep it to one. So no Macania, but I don't know. I feel like we can.
I could see Harriel slipping going in there, Westfield back outright, and then if Dingo's ready, play him left.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be fine there. So yeah, so onward, I guess.
We are 100 days from the start of the World Cup.
Oh, yes, that is true. I did see
I just
that.
had a couple of emails and announcements about that. So we are 100 days out from the World Cup. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Hopefully, if you're trying to get tickets, that's working out well for you. And if you're trying to volunteer, hopefully you've gotten selected.
It's going to be an interesting time. I still can't believe they're doing a game on July 4th.
That'll be
That's
wild.
going to be a circus.
Is that the one that's going to be in Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
sure that there will be fireworks and, pageantry galore down there that day.
It's going to be a madhouse down there.
Having just tried, I mean, years ago, mind you, tried to go to the Parkway not 250th anniversary 4th of July. And that was
some
an
big reading
absolute circus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing a reading of them with celebrities and stuff. Yeah. But I don't know that it had anything to do with that because we could barely see what was going on.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine, as you put it, you wouldn't want to go unless you could helicopter in and out.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a hard pass.
Because that's time we went before. I remember, again, it wasn't to soccer. It was just to try to go down to, the art museum. And we left our friend on a blanket and went to like what felt like one of two bathrooms that they had on the entire parkway. And then by the time we got back, he was standing up holding the blanket because he had gotten so squished out.
Yeah. He'd gotten mobbed.
Yeah, absolutely. Mobbed. So, so add 250th to that. It's going to be interesting. So anyway.
Well, I do think that there will be fireworks shows all over the city.
Yeah, that's true.
They already do fireworks shows pretty well all over the city. But
legal and illegal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Whether they're legal or illegal, they're all eagles.
Oh my heavens.
There you go.
EAGLES.
EAGLE. Eagle. Okay. Yeah. So 100 days out, kids.
Yeah.
Get excited. I'm going to force my people at work to participate in a bracket because I have to participate in fantasy football and March Madness, and I don't know what's going on. So they're going to come play in my world for a minute. Not that I know what's going on necessarily either, because any given World Cup, but
yeah, that sets the stakes now. You got to make sure you perform on these brackets.
Yeah, I might not, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I have an accomplice who is also a soccer fan at work. Okay. We're going to make it happen. We already talked about it. So yeah. So no choice. Anyway,
if they were smart, they would say that you have to they'll only do it if you get so high in the March Madness bracket. All right, we'll do the World Cup fantasy soccer if you finish top 4 in the bracket.
I have done remarkably well for somebody who does not know what they're doing.
That's usually how it is, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, my years of fantasy soccer have helped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Give me at least some guidelines, but yeah. So anyway, that's not what people want to hear. People want to.
Well,
I don't know what they want to hear.
One quick plug, real fast. I did fix the our shop, so the Chaos Engine mug is available. Feel free to check it out. I think I'm going to pick one up. I like how it came out. It came out pretty good. It's such an odd non sequitur. It's what the heck is a Chaos Engine? And you know what? You get to make up any story you want that goes along with it.
Sounds like it'd be Go buy one. Go buy one. It's cool.
Can fit whatever purpose you want it to.
I don't know if it's worth playing this card, but when you set up a shop on Zazzle, I put the lowest value available. I put it down to the minimum. So these are just goofs, And if you have any suggestions, I know I want to add more variety to what we have there. But yeah, check it out.
All right.
Engine. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Well, if you want to join in our conversation, want to see about getting a special order Chaos Engine mug, you can find us at our website, amorephillyunion.com. Send us your questions via email, or you can reach us on socials, particularly Instagram's a good one. We'll be sure to get back to you, include whatever you got to say on the pod. I'll be happy to do that. You can reach us at pod@amorephillyunion.com on our socials, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Bluesky. We are a More Philly Union. Check out our awesome official soundtrack for the podcast, which is our Spotify playlist. You can find that under More Philly Union on Spotify. Just look for the one with the little music notes. And again, if you want to get some More Philly Union swag, a little, t-shirt to go with that Chaos Engine mug, you can check out our online store. Just go to our website, or you can also go to our link tree and find the link there. Be sure to download and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. And while you're at it, go show some love to one of our favorite forces for good in the world, the Philadelphia Union Foundation. You can check them out at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. So thanks, everyone, for tuning into another episode of A More Philly Union. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm Paul. Go
Union.
Fake Christie out the end there. At least on my end, that's what it sounded like.
Probably. I only kind of half try because I know he's going to do something shifty.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything too crazy.
Yeah, you got to like kind of workshop some surprise endings there. So
Do I really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go. Bye.
See you, Christy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.